And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to helping you win in any marketplace. Your number one consumer advocate right here, Brandon Rhymes, your host and owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Helping you win in any marketplace remains our goal. We're going to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you so we can help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Give us a call or a text. Anything that you hear on the show today, we want to help you win in any marketplace. And also, bookmark our website, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region that we've assembled, we've vetted, we bring on the show to help you win. And we got an all-star lineup today, Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio making his debut, Vernon LaVia.
Hi,
author,
Brandon.
Published
Thank you
author.
for having me.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Yeah, welcome in, and we're going to talk about your book, Make Earth Great Again. I love the title, and I think it's a an interesting take on some of the things we've talked about.
Yes, sir.
Pre-show, and we also have Corey Van Valin in the house. Welcome in,
man,
sir.
it's always good to be here, Brandon.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome back.
So some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about later today will be some of the secrets I've learned about making viral videos.
Nice, viral videos.
And I
That's
think
so
that's something that
important.
can help anyone in any industry.
That's so important with business today, being viral, being on marketing, being on the podcast like Mr. Larry Harbolt. Larry Harbolt in the house as well, author, teacher, and he's a podcaster as well. Welcome in.
Thank you very much for having me, Brandon.
My pleasure. My pleasure,
great
sir.
to be here.
Yes, sir. Good deal. What do you want to talk about today?
Probably real estate would be a subject I'm well versed in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's dive deep into the investment side. Is that what
Okay.
you want to talk about?
Sure.
The investment side? Yeah. All right, good stuff. So we got a great lineup for you today. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Our feel-good story coming up as well. Commencement speaker announces he will pay off class of 2019 debt, student debt. Interesting story there coming up. Let's talk about a hot real estate listing here in Tampa, 2614 West St. John's, 2614 West St. John Street in Tampa. This is a great opportunity for you. Any investors out there, the property has just been reduced down to $192,500, and it's a great opportunity. 3-bedroom, 1-bath right here in Tampa Bay. Updated home in West Tampa. Lots of extra storage as well. Huge backyard. Check out all of our properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, let's jump right into it. We got Vernon in the house, Vernon LaVia, author, and you work with Eli Gonzalez also. He helped me write my first book. Great guy, and you guys are out on a mission. I love this.
Yeah, we're on a mission, themegamovement.org. I'm in the process of forming a nonprofit organization about that. It could take up to 6 to 12 months to get that 501c3 status. But it really is a mission that's combining my 20 years opening 19 different successful businesses, from 8 restaurants to 3 insurance agencies, a pen manufacturing company, and most recently my defibrillator business. And combining that with my 48 years traveling on 6 continents and 49 countries. So I speak the language of nature, and I speak the language of consumerism, and I have an economics degree from Duke University. So I'm mashing all of that together to say we can all make Earth great again. There is no finger pointing in my book.
That's
It
right.
is all of us complicit in what we do and how we can change the arc of consumerism.
Yeah. How would you define consumerism?
So consumerism is us using products and services in a particular ecosystem. So think about that marriage of nature language with the business language. So we are using products, we are doing things that the earth simply can't replenish. And that's just irrefutable. The earth we're using up as our population has gone from 3.6 billion to 7.6 billion in just 50 years.
Wow.
Coupled with consumerism off the chart. People having 100 pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
There's nothing man-made, Brandon.
Right.
Everything comes from the earth, and this is
That's
an
right.
eye-opener. There's
That's
no
right.
such thing as man-made.
Yep.
Maybe in a million years, the earth would have gotten around to making styrofoam by herself, but probably not. We
Yeah,
just
right.
take natural resources and cram them together, and right now, styrofoam and plastics are killing millions of fish and birds around the world.
Yeah, it's so sad. And I
It's
think
what's happening.
most people realize it and they don't address it because it's it's an unconventional. It's one of those things that hey, I don't want to put my attention to it.
Sure.
But I love what you said when we met the other day. We were talking about it's not a Republican, it's not a Democrat thing, it's not an independent thing. It's a every human being thing.
Absolutely, it really is. It is the most purple issue you can imagine, and that's why I also have hats at the at the website that are essentially purple because blue and red make the purple.
That's right.
And it's an issue for all of us. It's not about the polar bear, Brandon. It's about our oxygen. We all learned in 6th grade about phytoplankton, single-celled plants out at the sea. Phytoplankton are down by 20 to 40%. It's about our oxygen.
Wow. Yeah,
The polar bear will just become a poster child. So will the salmon. So will the blue crab and the white nose disease with bats and bees and all that. They're
That's
all
right.
going to be different poster children.
Yep.
But it's about our oxygen. We can all come together and agree. From 6th grade, we know 50% of our oxygen comes from the deep oceans where phytoplankton provides it.
Yeah.
That's what
man.
it's about, man.
Wow, big time. And
It's
then
big time.
And it's it's just on and on from there. I know you're a big bird
I'm a
watcher
bird
as well.
watcher, yes. I've been a birder, like I said, on 6 continents, and birding on 6 continents allows me to see every little nook and cranny of an environment, of an ecosystem,
Yeah.
and the mashing of consumerism within that ecosystem.
Right.
So all over the world, I've seen humans using up the ecosystem, consuming it at a faster rate than the earth could possibly replenish itself.
Wow. Yeah, it's scary. And you think about it. You think about our children and our children's children and generations on. We're talking with Vernon and LaVia here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. TheMegaMovement.org is
Yes,
the
sir.
website. TheMegaMovement.org. What's your message to our listeners, our viewers? We're on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku. I mean, there's a lot of people going to see this. How can they get involved? How can they make a difference?
So there's several in the last chapter, solutions.
Okay.
One will be children are the most powerful advocates, and we don't allow our 9-year-olds to be powerful. 9-year-olds are the most powerful advocate. We should be busing to committees of state legislatures,
That's right.
federal legislatures, moms, dads, grandparents. Stop telling your kids that they can be something someday and make them something right now. They
I
are
like that.
powerful, and 9-year-olds will tell you, you're ruining the fish I'm going to need to eat with all the plastic and garbage in the ocean.
Yeah.
The second thing is corporations, which I vote in 19. I am a capitalist, man.
Yep.
We need to start putting on our balance sheets and our profit and loss statements the free water, the free bee pollination, whatever it is that we're getting free from nature.
Yes.
Nature is the largest GDP in the world.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
literally been estimated at $24 trillion of free water, free pollination,
Wow.
free labor that we get, free wind. Depending on what business you're in, we're almost all getting something free. If it's not on the balance sheet, it isn't going to be valued.
Right.
Think of a chemical company getting something for free. They'd let it slosh around. They wouldn't invest $1 into it spilling or being efficient. It would go down the drains,
Yep.
and then it ends up in our drinking water on
Good
top
point.
of everything else.
Good point.
That's it. It's real simple.
Some of the things that I see too, just out in the general public, I'm walking around, either maybe it's a park or maybe it's a mall or different, a lot of kids are doing soccer, t-ball. I'm out at a lot of these places in public, and I don't see recycling bins. I mean, that to me is just, why would we not? The kids are drinking sodas, even though we know how bad they are, filled with sugar. They're drinking sodas, plastic bottles, aluminum cans, and it should almost be a mandate that, at this point, here we are almost in 2020, that we don't have recycling bins everywhere you look.
Right. Well, go to themegamovement.org, and you'll see that I did a TEDx talk.
Nice.
And in my talk, what people don't know is I'm wearing a $5 jacket on stage. I'm sorry, it was an $8 jacket. Let's
Nice.
repurpose other people's things. That is a sharp suit I am wearing.
Nice.
And I jokingly start my talk with, this is what a birdwatcher looks like. And I was having an inside joke with myself that
Yeah.
I'm wearing this $8 jacket.
Yeah.
I was wearing a $5 shirt, all from Goodwill.
Nice.
We can repurpose.
Yeah.
And the thing we can do for ourselves is get out in nature.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., I will be at Lettuce Park Conservation Area.
Yeah.
So I will be there, and I will lead anyone who might want to. Well, I know this is not live right now, but
Yeah.
I will lead anybody who wants to show up tomorrow in this studio or in your business here, because Lettuce Lake is right here, 27 minutes away from Tampa.
Yep.
And you can get what's known as a dosage of Nature RX. Dr. MDs all around the country are prescribing it, including a hormone drip center who I met with and is quoted in my book.
Nice.
I heard you earlier talking about getting a hormone drip of energy in your veins. That's their business. She's an MD, and she is coupling that with nature walks to cure hypertension, diabetes type 2, all kinds of things that she is curing without any prescriptions.
Interesting. Yeah, vitamin drip. Yeah, that's
so go
interesting.
to nature 45 minutes a day, 4 times a week, and you will be replenished yourself.
Absolutely. A lot of authors, speakers I've talked to or listened to, Dr. Wayne Dyer, take your shoes off, walk on the grass. I mean, there's just something natural with that connection. That's why people love the beach. You're in the water, you're in the sand, you got the salt. So, hey, good stuff. More from Vernon coming up in our lightning round as well. Vernon, LaVia, author, and website is themegamovement.org. Make Earth Great Again. And, great stuff there, Vernon. Thanks for all you're doing as well to further this, and I hope we can get people on board.
I'm on a mission,
I really
Brandon.
do.
Thank you.
That's great. Coming up, we got Cory Valin, magician here in the house. Larry Harbolt in the house as well. And our feel-good story of the day. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back after this short timeout. Don't go anywhere.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we are setting records at Keller Williams Realty. Hot market. The market is shifting, however, but we are recruiting agents to the team, helping our buyers, sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. Our buyers make intelligent decisions. We're the local economist in all the different areas in Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Pasco, Manatee. We're helping you make those intelligent decisions here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Sorting through a lot of the nonsense out there in the mainstream media and providing you this consumer advocate content to help you win in any marketplace. And got a couple of hot listings here. This one is one of my favorite properties. It's in Odessa. It's 12610 Port Marnock Drive in Odessa. Golf community. Beautiful golf courses. Check out the beautiful drone photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks. Beautiful drone shots there showing the water in the front and the back of this home. Beautiful flooring, beautiful floor plan, and a great layout as well in this beautiful property at 12610 Port Marnock Drive in Odessa, Florida. Hot real estate property here in the Tampa Bay market. Also, 223 South River Hills Drive. This one is on the river, Hillsborough River in Temple Terrace. Large home, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, situated on a conservation lot. And just check out that river in the background. That looks like a lot of fun. And fishing and all types of fun that you can enjoy at a beautiful real estate property. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
And this segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Lucky Dill Restaurant, Deli, New York City Bar, Brooklyn Bakery, Catering, and Banquets. They are home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn, and they are at 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa Bay. LuckyDillDeli.com. And they're much more than just sandwiches, guys. They are salads. They've got great soups and entrees, desserts, excellent food, and a wonderful ambiance and a very friendly staff at the Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio. We got Corey Van Valin in the house. Van Valin Magic. What you been up to, man?
Oh man, I've had a lot of lessons learned from my travels.
Yeah.
I just got flown out to Las Vegas for a red carpet event.
Nice.
With one of my buddies who's a genius at social media.
Very cool.
And some of the stuff he does, you would think that he got lucky, but it's not luck. He does things in a certain way, and there's small but subtle things that make all the difference.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, I've been piecing the pieces together and figuring out what makes videos viral.
Nice. I like that. So, yeah, let's jump right into it. Then, you've got some pretty unique opportunities at your disposal with the wallet that lights up. I mean, you got some pretty cool attractions. Give us some insight.
Yeah. So when you go up to people and you have something quick, visual, or if you have a message, I think that's something that anyone could get online and get exposed to more people on your phones than you could on TV sometimes.
Right.
So one way that I'm applying this is I have my next stage show coming up June 8th. It's my birthday, my 26th birthday stage show.
Nice.
And, throughout my previous shows, I would have flyers that would get some traction, but I found that having a video promotional video for the show makes it all the difference.
Big time.
You could think with a flyer, you could just scroll right past that. But if you have a video that captures you for like 3 seconds, next thing you know, you're watching it for a whole minute. Now you're kind of invested into it.
Yeah.
Some of the ideas to make a difference in a video is if you can have captions on your video.
Okay.
Think about all the people that are in public restrooms, at meetings, at school, that are, when they're scrolling, their videos aren't playing any sound. So if it has no captions, you'll scroll right past it. So that's one of those big things that makes probably 50% of the difference of what makes like 1,000 views to 100,000 views.
You got to do that. We had Michelle from Shark Branding Solutions on the show, and she mentioned a good site to not only do that, but there's a smartphone app now where you can feed in the words like a teleprompter. That way you kind of gather your thoughts. A lot of my videos, too, I just do off the cusp, and I just go with what I know. But if you really want to be tactical about it, you could punch it into this app and then do it like a teleprompter of exactly word to word what you're going to say, and then guess what? That turns into your captions.
Yeah, I like that.
I forgot that app. I'd have to look it up.
If you find out, let me know. I know there's a lot of times that some videos take many takes,
That's right.
But yeah, some other things, some other secrets that I found out about is at an end of a video, if you can have a call to action.
Call to action.
Yeah, something that gets them back to your page. And if you make it engaging where it's something that they're helping their friends out, like share this to impress your friends, or share this message with the world, something that they feel like they're doing good by sharing your video.
Yes, I like that. Contests are good too. If you can offer something like a contest.
Incentives,
100%. That's right.
%.
Rebates, something along those lines.
Well, I think while I'm on air, I think I want to talk a little about my stage show coming up.
June 8th, where's it at?
Yeah, June 8th, it's at Stageworks Theater.
Okay.
Out in Channelside, Tampa. It's going to be an 11 o'clock show.
Okay.
And it's funny that a lot of people ask me if they can bring their kids, and it's definitely not that kind of show.
Not that one. Not this one.
Not this show. Yep.
You do kid stuff, though.
I do kid stuff. So, people will hire me at their house for a private party, whether it's adults, whether it's kids, corporate functions.
Yeah.
So that's something that gets everyone engaged, gets them in good state.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
With your trips to Vegas, give us some more takeaways. Give us some more tips.
Oh, man. The one thing about this trip to Vegas that I just got back from is that it's going to be hard to top. It was one of those VIP celebrity experiences where the people I was with, we had all access to everything. We had the owner of the hotel walking us in everywhere, getting us free dinners, meeting people like Cardi B, G-Eazy, MGK, and these big, well-known artists.
That's cool.
And, we have exclusive access to meet them and perform for them.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So on a local level, you've helped us with some of our gratitude parties, our different events. You can help business owners out there. I think it adds a lot of flavor, to your parties of all types.
Yeah, it makes your event memorable. And that's something that you want to have, something that sticks with them, something that they can talk amongst their friends, share experiences and memories. And, it surprises me when I run into people that met me at an event like 5 years ago, and they remember everything to the T.
That's right.
And it's one of those things, when you get people smiling, I think smiles bring good things.
Big time. Yeah, there's multiple studies. I teach a negotiation course. I taught at GTAR, the Realtor Board here this past week. One of the takeaways from my course where I've been studying is that you're 31% smarter when you're smiling and in a happy mood. Your brain has that much more cognitive ability at that moment because you're just simply releasing the right hormones and you're lined up properly.
Yeah, they'll even say that with phone calls, even though they can't see your face. But if you have a smile, there's a difference in your voice and your inflections.
Absolutely. Yeah, the 7-38-55 rule. 7% is the actual words that you say, 38% is how you say it, and then the 55% is the overwhelming body language that you deliver it with.
Yeah,
that's why a lot of salespeople will travel thousands of miles to be in front of the room when they're negotiating a deal.
I like that. And even mentioning percentages, something I just found out yesterday is with social media, if you find out some of your posts are doing better than others, let's say it's a photo. They say there's a 20% rule that if there is more than 20% of the photo is words, it'll limit its visibility. So sometimes if you are going to add words to certain flyers, you might want to shrink some letters or, trim off the fat. If anything that you can take out, take out. So you want to keep it 80% of it as a photo and keep 20%.
Yeah, they don't like that. Because the reason why is because the computers can't read the image. But they can read the text.
Yeah.
So they can't. It's another way that they can. What do you call? Basically observe and make sure. Oh, this isn't right. I'm gonna pull it.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we believe in. So let's let that roll.
Yeah. So it's fun to experiment. And I think the last but not least thing that I can think of with videos, probably the biggest key, is capturing a good thumbnail. So when you're scrolling, you can have Facebook automate one on its own, but you might get unfortunate. It might give you a really bad thumbnail that's going to make people skip past your video.
I've had that.
But if you select a specific thumbnail, even if you create something your own, something that's not in the video, something that is motion, something that stimulates curiosity, that's going to make a huge difference in the amount of people that get to view your video or product.
What's your number one video? How many likes you get?
I'm over 200,000 on one of them.
Nice.
And I haven't even applied some of the stuff to that yet. So this
is that YouTube or Facebook?
Facebook.
Facebook.
And
okay.
Man, from the stuff I've been learning from the Julius guy and the stuff that I've been reading about lately, I'm excited to start applying some of this information. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking with Cory Van Valin, your local magician here in Tampa Bay. He's actually worldwide now. He's traveling. You went to Europe not long ago too.
I went to Cuba for a bit.
Yeah.
I was actually voted the #1 magician in my immediate family.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Number one, baby.
Yeah.
So local business owners, I think, it's key, reaching out to local business owners. If you want to have some great entertainment, make those memorable events at your next business function, award ceremony. It could be all types of different events.
And even if you want to bring your date out to a nice night of a lot of comedy, a lot of adult-rated magic, June 8th is my next stage show, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that a Saturday night?
It's a Saturday night,
Yeah,
yep.
good.
And it always sells out, so make sure you lock in those tickets when you can.
Sweet. I like it. Good stuff. Always entertaining. Corey Van Valin, and a longtime friend of the program here. And I remember last time you were in the studio, like when we were walking out, just the people were captured, man. They loved it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a universal language, and my favorite thing is when you have a group of people that don't know each other.
Yeah.
And they're all watching together, and by the end of it, they're all smiling together, they're reacting together, and when I walk away, these people can now be friends.
Man, I like that.
It's a good icebreaker. It gets people talking, and it's definitely a good time for anyone.
Yeah, I need to get you to make a course or something where you can bring it to the real estate industry and come into our team meeting and just figure out how to lighten some people up.
And for $9.99,
you already had it ready.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way,
and eventually
awesome.
I'll try to teach some. When I get my DVD out, I'll get on the show and promote. Where anyone can do 9 tricks and impress their friends.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, just lighten up the conversation around real estate. There's, especially when it comes to home values, emotions are high. And speaking of real estate, we're going to talk with Larry coming up here after the break. Larry Harbolt's in the house. He's an educator, he's an author, he's a podcaster as well. Corey, always a pleasure as well. More from Corey in our lightning round coming up. We're going to jump into some top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom, and our feel-good story of the day is a good one. Commencement speaker announces he will pay off class of 2019 student debt. Find out about that right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show on Facebook, and hit me up on LinkedIn, Brandon Rhymes PA on LinkedIn. And we'll see you right after this short timeout. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving, whether it's a local or long-distance move across the United States, Brothers Easy Moving, I can tell you from first-hand experience, they are a first-class organization. They do a great job. Even online on Google, check it out. 4.6 rating on Google, 4.5 on Yelp, A rating on their Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List, and they've also won the Super Service Award multiple times. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Give them a call. Let them know that Gary Thacker, tell Gary Thacker, the owner, that Brandon Rhymes sent you, the Consumer Quarterback Show, and you will get hooked up. They're going to take care of you over there. And we're back here in studio helping you win. Feel good story of the day coming up next segment. And we got a couple of hot real estate properties here in Tampa Bay. Some really good opportunities in the marketplace. There's 1701 Mariner Way in Tarpon Springs. This property is on a half-an-acre lot, updated landscaping and sod, completely updated interior as well. Beautiful flooring, and the granite is just gorgeous. 1701 Mariner Way, Tarpon Springs. Hot real estate property listing, compliments of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 11556 110 Terrace. This is a great opportunity as well for that maybe entry-level home. Maybe it's even an investor opportunity. 11556 110 Terrace in Largo. Concrete blocks, steady, just a very steady property here. Fenced-in backyard and close to the Pinellas Trail. You walk out the backyard and you're on the Pinellas Trail, one of Florida's most popular and unique urban pathways. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, back here in studio, we got a great lineup for you today. In segment one, we heard from Vernon, LaVia. He's an author, themegamovement.org. Cory Van Valin, the website is Cory2V.com. And we also have Larry Harbolt in studio here. We're going to talk real estate now. We're going to talk real estate investment with a guy that's been in the game for a couple decades. How many decades? I didn't want to overshoot.
40 years.
40 years in the biz.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Real estate. More, it's been said, and I believe it's true, more millionaires and billionaires have been made with real estate. Who knows now with some of that e-commerce money going out there, Jeff Bezos type money. But real estate here on a local level is hot. It's a shifting market, a little bit of a shift going on. You've seen several shifts. What's your advice to people right now?
Well, I'm seeing there's some areas that the market's still hot, and there's other areas where it's cooled off.
Mm-hmm.
But depending on what you're going to do with the property, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're investing and you know what you're investing in,
yep,
market conditions and the economy shouldn't matter. It's
like
about the terms you can create with the seller.
Yes.
So it's timeless. It's what they did in biblical days, and they'll do it 1,000 years from now. Whatever you and the seller can agree to is the package you can put together to buy their house. And not everybody wants all cash.
I like that. So give me some scenarios over your career. Give us a good story of how it worked out better for a seller not to take the best, highest cash offer, but you can structure some terms. Give us an example.
Well, for instance, if they don't live in the house and it's been an income property, if they sell for all cash, they're going to have to pay and recapture all of the depreciation they have avoided up to 27 and a half years. They're going to pay all of the capital gains tax on the difference between what they paid for it and what they sold it for in the year of the sale. And then what are they going to do with the money? Put it in the bank at 1.2% interest?
Right.
It's may not be the best bet, where if I can get terms with that seller,
yep,
I can agree to pay him so much a month. If they've got to have interest, I can give them more than 1.2%, but I've got to adjust the payment to allow me to cash flow it if I'm going to rent the property.
Yes.
If I'm going to sell it for cash, it's a different story.
Yeah.
But
the long-term hold and play is the deal. If you can long-term hold that property.
But did you ever stop to think? Price. Everybody's worried about price. If I'm going to hold that property for 30, 40, 50 years, pass it on to future generations, and let's say the property's worth $100,000, could I give $140,000 if I'm going to keep it forever. The tenants pay for it. I don't. But to get the seller to do my deal, did I overpay for it? Well, sometimes somebody might think you did a bad deal. But the point is, was it a bad deal? I can give them more price if they'll take a payment that will allow me to cash flow the property every month.
That's right. Yeah. The cash flow, cash is king. You hear that. And a lot of the people, a lot of the investors out there, if they do have this mentality that you're saying, is they buy it on terms, they're not coming out of pocket with a whole lot of cash, and they're able to leverage the rent, the amount of rent that tenant's going to pay versus the amount that their outgoing cash outlay. And keep in mind, you got property taxes, you got insurance, and then vacancy is something you want to keep in mind there. What else? Deferred maintenance.
You got maintenance.
Yeah.
But you've got to remember, taxes, insurance are going to increase.
Right.
There's no doubt about it.
Right.
But rents can increase too.
Yeah.
So will it keep up? Don't know, but at least it's more of an inflation hedge.
Yeah.
That way. And, it's price or terms.
That's
I'll
right.
give you your price if you give me my terms, or I'll give you your terms if you give me my price. You can have one, but you can't have both, or I have no reason to buy the property. I have to make a profit.
Price and terms.
Now,
like
if
that.
they don't live in the house, that's the problem. If they do live in the house, and they've lived in it 2 of the last 5 years, any 2 of the last 5, IRS Section 121 says that they don't have to pay capital gains tax, provided a single person can take up to $250,000 of their profit tax-free. A couple can take up to $500,000 of their profit tax-free. So I want to find people that don't live in the property.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's ways to do that. You do the mail away, you do the postcard mailers.
Correct.
It's probably the number one way still, probably today.
Yeah.
It's, as much as there are internet and Facebook groups and things like that, it's, it's good old fashioned stuff sometimes, door knocking, in real estate.
But the best deals for income property are ones that are unloved. Because what they call value add.
Yes.
I've got to be able to buy it way below market, improve it.
Yes.
At an affordable rate, so then I can rent it out and keep it rented long term.
Right. Right. We're talking with Larry Harbolt here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Real Deal podcast. Larry Harbolt here in studio. And, breaking it down, when you look at the investment side of real estate, there's really no way to go wrong. I mean, obviously, if you grossly overpay and have bad terms, but if you look at the appreciation that you're going to be able to take, especially for first-time buyers, renters out there, that's what I'm really beating that drum on right now is the first-time buyers and renters. If you're throwing landlords' money out every month, that's a waste. You're able to build up equity in the property, that you're going to pay down the mortgage, you're going to have tax advantages, and on, Larry. I mean, there's so many advantages to buying that triplex, that quad, instead of just a single family home. If you're a young up and comer and you can deal with that situation with the neighbors next door and right there on the same property. What do you think about multifamily?
Multifamily is fine, provided it's your purchase is based on the numbers of the deal, what the property will produce.
Yes.
It can't be based on just what they're asking.
Yes.
So if you're basing it on what they're asking, many times you're going to come up short because you do have taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy factor. You got repairs to get into the property. And so those ongoing costs, if you don't factor those in, and while you're repairing a property, don't forget your holding costs.
That's right.
Holding costs are something very few people factor in to their buying decision. So from the day I buy it until the day I sell it or rent it, I have costs. I've got a payment.
That's right.
Water, sewer, electric, garbage, lawn care, pool care. Those are costs that you still have to pay. And most people don't factor that into their buying decision, and they have to.
Real quick, we got about a minute left on this segment, but the commercial side, I think, a lot of people, I love to prognosticate on, hey, where are we going? What's happening next year? What's going to happen in 2020? Mortgage rates are still low, so the residential game's kicking along. The commercial space, I think, is due for some potential disruption when it comes to the effects of the Amazons out there, the effects of these online retailers, the effects of these delivery services. People want to stay in their home. They want to Netflix and chill. They want to order food, Uber, Go, bring it to me. I'm not leaving the house. What's that going to do to the commercial space?
Well, I think commercial every few years takes a hit anyway. It's going to be select small strip malls, I can remember, wasn't long ago, you couldn't pay me to buy one because any small business going in wouldn't be there very long.
Right.
And empty units in a strip mall does not a mortgage payment make.
Yeah, it kills you.
So there's going to be ups and downs in that market, but I still think there's a lot of profit to be made.
Got to have that big anchor tenant, and there's rumors about potential, something like a Target going out of business. I mean, rumors of, Walmart's still strong, but how much opportunity, market share is there for both, for big players like that?
Yeah.
Saw what happened to Kmart and Sears and Toys R Us and on and on and on. All right, stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, we're going to jump into our feel-good story of the day and also our nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom from all of our expert contributors here in studio. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Do not touch that dial. Here's a feel-good story coming at you. Commencement speaker announces he will pay off class of 2019 student debt, and you will be shocked at the amount of money that he is offering with that. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by the Vilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard in Treasure Island, Florida, my favorite hotel to visit, filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. The Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for many years. The Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They've also got Sloppy Joe's restaurant and bar on site. And Clyde Smith, the general manager, great guy, says, hey, you know, Brandon, it's a 2-beer beach. It takes you 2 beers to walk all the way to the beach. And it's one of the few beaches in Pinellas County that you can actually have open containers. So check out the Bilmar Beach Resort. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 207 Coronado Drive, Clearwater. This is a hot real estate listing. $3.3 million listing of mine on Clearwater Beach. Gorgeous opportunity for entrepreneurs, developers, builders. 207 Coronado Drive, and it's right across the street from the Wyndham Grand. We're talking multiple hundreds of millions of dollar properties there, and the Hyatt as well, across from Pier 60. Clearwater Beach, #1 beach in the world consistently, and a hot real estate property at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, so our feel-good story of the day is a good one.
Tell me something good.
Commencement speaker announces he will pay off class of 2019's debt. So the commencement speaker for Morehouse College's class of 2019 got more than just an inspirational speech. He would announce that he would pay off all their student debt. Robert Frederick Smith is an American businessman whose net worth is over $5 billion. And the 56-year-old chemical engineer turned investment banker announced during his speech that his family was creating a grant to pay off the student debt for the entire graduating class. On behalf of the 8 generations of my family who have been in this country, we're going to put a little fuel in your bus. Smith said over 400 graduating seniors. This is my class, 2019, and my family is making a grant to eliminate their student debt. The gift has been estimated at $40 million by the Journal-Constitution report. That was cool. That's pretty cool right there, man. Wow. Billionaire stepping up. He's adopting that class, I guess. That's pretty cool. Good stuff. I bet a lot they're going to be maybe adding on some graduate courses, see if they can slide those in, right? Let's get the MBA while we're here. All right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. We got some top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words from wisdom from all of our expert contributors. Vernon LaVia, author, in the house. Give us some top tips, Vernon.
So the megamovement.org shows you that our population has more than doubled in just 50 years. And we are consuming the earth faster than it can replenish itself. I went from California to Connecticut. People everywhere agree on that concept. Doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, purple is bipartisan. That's the reason for the purple hats. So we can all make a difference. We can all start buying our jackets and shirts at Goodwill stores. We can have our children testify in Congress. And we can ask the super uber rich, the billionaires, to start getting involved, like Richard Branson is trying to save the oceans right now with his 30% preserved by the year 2030, or humans shall likely perish.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you hear, Bill and Melinda Gates, they're doing a lot with malaria and other disease. So, yeah, so this is a really good movement to get behind. Good stuff there. Corey Van Valin. And magic.
Yes, some parting words. If you guys find me on the social media, it's under Chris Angel Sucks, all one word. Totally kidding. It's CORYVA, and you'll be able to see some of these videos that I'll be putting out using some of these tactics. And I have a very quick trick.
Let's do it.
Larry, you're about to get magished. You see the cards here, right, Larry?
Yes, I do.
Would you be impressed if they all vanished?
Sure.
Me too. I got to learn that one. So I'll take a little survey. Now you see it. Now, boop, boop. Now they're all gone. And there's nothing up my sleeves except these massive muscles.
Hold a little higher if you can. If you can. There you go.
All gone. But Larry, name a number 1 through 9.
9.
9 diamonds or clubs?
Well, let's do clubs.
If I did this right, in my hand should be the 9 of clubs.
Nice.
The craziest part is check your shirt pocket. Totally kidding. You don't have a shirt pocket.
Oh, that's good, man. Good stuff, Corey.
Something.
Yeah, good stuff. I like that. And Larry Harbolt, give us some top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom.
Well, about the only good advice I can give anybody that's thinking about buying any type of investment property, it's based on the numbers, never on the asking price. Because, I may want $100 billion for my home. Doesn't mean it's worth it.
That's right.
But the point is, it has to be, if it's going to be an investment, it has to be based on the numbers that the property can produce to keep you in that property. Because if your tenant can't afford the property, you can't afford the property.
Good point. Great point. And it's not about the comps in that situation.
No.
It's not about the comparables. That's more in a residential sale.
Right.
So we're talking about the commercial side, the investment opportunities, making sure you have a tenant that's willing to and then also if that tenant goes away, how easy it is to find a new one.
Right.
That's the next the next line of thinking.
Location is a factor.
Big time. Big time. All right, good stuff. Let's do another round here. We got Vernon in the house. He's an author. He's 19 different businesses over his career, and he's got a real heavy heart for the environment, for Earth. What do we need to know?
I am on a mission. Make Earth Great Again. The book is about our disappearing connection with nature. And as I drove and zigzagged this country, everyone, everywhere, Republicans, Democrats, you name it, we all agreed that we are using up the Earth's resources faster than than the Earth can restore it.
Yeah.
I had hunters say, I can't find any elk any longer. Fishermen say, I went 2 days out in the Gulf, didn't catch a darn thing. Butterfly searchers can't find butterflies where there used to be millions. The list goes on and on and on. As a bird watcher, I know that birds are down 60% in general, and I'm a bird watcher 48 years on 6 continents.
Wow.
I know that to be an absolute fact.
Man, I love birds too. We just bought our dream house right on Lake Tarpon, and we look out back. Yesterday we had a beautiful breeze coming right over the lake, and when we had first moved in, we had 2 eagles that were always there. They were right across the street, right up in the big trees, and we would see them literally fishing in our backyard. Eagles and osprey grabbing some fish out, and just what a beautiful connection to nature. Even if you're just watching it, not necessarily touching it. But I love the birds. They come out and they behind our house they have these. They got the ones with the bill, the long bill or the skinny bill, and they're pulling the little snails out of the shell. Pretty neat, man, to see that.
The sandpipers you're probably talking about along the coast, right? Bird watching is the #1 hobby in America. 104 million surveys by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service proved that 45 million people said they were bird watching, compared to only 36 million fishing and 11 million hunting.
Wow.
The #1 use of outdoors is bird watching. They just tend to be a little closeted and quiet about it usually. I'm not going to stay quiet any longer. This is a bigger than myself issue.
That's awesome, man. Make Earth Great Again.
Yes, sir.
TheMegaMovement.org. Corey Van Valin.
Yeah, so anyone that's looking to do a video for their business, if they're trying to promote a product or service, some small things that you could do to make a big difference is have a nice headline, get some captions, capture those people that don't have the volume up, choose your thumbnail, make something that has action and invokes curiosity, and have fun with it. Have a call to action, and you'll be seeing results in no time.
I like that. Yeah, there's so much opportunity now. And the cost of an Instagram post, is it still free?
I think, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
And LinkedIn?
Yeah.
And all those sites?
And if you got people sharing, you got free promotions all around from that.
That's right. If you were to hit rewind and show our grandparents the opportunity that we have now, the opportunity to, I don't like my job. I want to do something different. Well, what are you doing from 7 to 11 every night?
Yeah.
Are you working? Are you sleeping? Or watching Game of Thrones?
Yep. And sometimes, when I'm on social media, it feels like work, but I love it. It's work that I enjoy doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Good stuff. Give us some more tips, Larry Harbolt.
Well, I'm about and in the process of launching a membership program where people will be able to contact me and I can answer their investing questions. It's going to be a membership site. It'll be a monthly fee, but it's well worth because you'll have somebody that can answer your questions.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of launching that as we speak.
Very cool.
I think it's going to be something very good for a lot of people.
I like that because you've got specialized knowledge. I mean, you've got this knowledge that you've accumulated and you do your classes and you share that knowledge. But this is another way where you can utilize that or other people can utilize that and kind of grab on. I remember seeing one of the Shark Tank episodes where they were trying to do that with languages. I don't know if that ever got done, but they were trying to say, if I got a deal I'm trying to get done in Spanish, for example, I can contact this 800 phone number and they'll connect us to a translator and then it'll instantly be, putting us together. That is pretty cool. I like that idea.
Well, if anybody is interested in the program, you can contact me at larryharbolt@gmail.com and just give me a note and I'll give you the details of what we're doing.
Larry Harbolt
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Good stuff. All right,
you.
so I'm going to finish the show here with a little bit of negotiation. So generally, when you're thinking about negotiation, you want to think about a collaborative environment, a non-adversarial situation. You also want to think about your counterpart as not as an adversary, but also as a counterpart, as just that. It's a partner in the relationship. You're both negotiating. You're at the table for a certain reason. You both want something that you have that the other has. And there's three types of leverage. You either have positive leverage, negative leverage, and that's the one that most people think of as negative leverage. But there's also one called normative leverage. If you understand where that person's religion lies, and not physically their religion, not exactly their religion, but their religion in terms of what drives them. Are they a military veteran? Are they a longtime school teacher? Are they involved with, find out what their passion is, and then you can utilize that normative leverage to keep them in line with their normal potential opportunities of what they might want out of that conversation. So that's how you utilize the three types of leverage: positive, normative, and negative leverage in your negotiation strategies. And that's going to help you. And just the biggest thing is just think collaborative, and be empathetic. You want to make sure you have an empathetic message behind it. Everything that you're saying is an empathetic message. And I want to thank Vernon, LaVia, Cory Van Valin, and Larry Harbolt for coming on the show today. Great job, great content, excellent show. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Pack up some food or clothing. Carry it with you to and from your commute. Hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.